Today, we wanted to show you how to make a classic Sichuan dish from the hongyou flavor profile, Koushuiji, or mouth-watering chicken. To get started with mouth-watering chicken, you need chicken. In a perfect world, a young rooster to be precise. Ideally, it should be about 1 kilo, this guy's 1.5, and subbing in a large Cornish game hen should also probably work. We're poaching this chicken in roughly 10 pints of water, and to that water we'll add some seasoning. So for all this, the exact quantity really isn't so important. This is 1 leek that we cut into sections, and you could also use green onion, roughly 2 inches ginger cut into slices, a few handfuls of chilies, 50 grams to be precise, and 2 tablespoons Sichuan peppercorn. You'll also want to add in enough salt to get it to taste kinda like seawater. This was 50 grams, and in order to get our chicken skin nice and yellow, we'll also toss in about a teaspoon of turmeric. This is totally optional, but it really does make the skin quite vibrant. Toss all that in and bring it to a boil. Once it's at a heavy simmer, toss in the chicken and lower the heat to low. I should note that the traditional way would be to start the chicken in cold water. Feel free to go that route, but in our test, putting it in at this point was way less variable. Let the chicken cook in this lightly simmering water till it's 90% finished. For this size bird, getting to that point took 14 minutes. Now shut the heat off and leave the chicken to rest in that hot water for an equal amount of time. Again, for us, this was a further 14 minutes. And as that's finishing, we can make our sauce. Now this is the hongyou flavor profile, so you'll see a lot of similarities to dan dan noodles sauce. This sauce will be roughly 7 parts of a good homemade chili oil. And if that's something new to you, be sure to check out our recipe video for that here. 3 parts of a seasoned soy sauce mixture, which we'll show you how to make, 3 parts garlic ginger water, and 1 part sesame oil. Some recipes also include sesame paste, but we prefer the varieties without. That seasoned soy sauce mixture is 10 parts light soy sauce, so here we're using 6 tablespoons, 5 parts sugar, so here that's 3 tablespoons, and 1 part dark Chinese vinegar, so a touch more than a half tablespoon. For salinity and umami, we'll also toss in a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of MSG. Over low heat, cook till the sugar, salt, and MSG dissolves. For the ginger garlic water, smash about 1 inch of ginger and roughly 3 cloves of garlic, give them a rough chop, and toss that in a bowl with a half a cup of boiling water. Let it sit for 10 minutes, then strain into your soy sauce mixture. Now, for the chili oil, I was feeling a bit lazy, so this is the point where I show off just how spoiled we are living here in China. At our local market, there's a Sichuan shop that sells their own homemade chili oil. Theirs is great, but it already has a real heavy kick of Sichuan peppercorn. If you're using chili oil from our recipe video, though, you'll need some Sichuan peppercorn powder here. To make it, toast about a half a tablespoon of Sichuan peppercorns in a dry wok over low heat till small oil splotches start to form, then grind into a powder. So we didn't toss that in, but you probably should. So add in your chili oil. This was 14 tablespoons, and finally 2 tablespoons sesame oil. Mix that well, and the sauce is ready to use. Going back to our chicken, carefully take him out of the hot water and toss in an ice bath to cool down for 5 minutes. Once it's nice and cool, we can chop the thing up. Now, word of warning, I'm not very good at this. In the comments below, I'll leave a link to a good video of a Taiwanese chef showing the same thing. Just think of this as your English translation for that video. So first, we take the chicken and break it down into parts. Cut off the wing. If you begin to pull the wing back, there should be a joint that's easy to slice through. Then, cut off the thighs. If you cut straight down here, there should be a joint that's similarly easy to cut. For the breast, from the butt, cut down to separate the back from the breast. At the bottom there will be a bone, so you gotta use some force to cut through it. Now, we got the back. It's ugly, so we'll give it a few good chops and lay it on the bottom of our chicken plate. Next up is the head and neck. Cut diagonally to separate the head, then chop up the neck and lay that between your back pieces. Then, the good-looking bit, the breast. Chop it up, then lay it over the spine. Then give the thighs some good chops and split the wing. Lay those on each side of your chicken And now you've got a whole broken down chicken. Nowhere near as good as the pros, but hey, good enough for government work. So, in restaurants, when you order Koushuiji, they'll usually serve up half a chicken. So that's what we're plating here. Take your sauce, brush some on top at first, then pour it all over everything. Sprinkle with some toasted sesame seeds, and optionally garnish with a totally superfluous piece of cilantro.
I hope you give this a try. Check out the link in the description box for detailed recipe and subscribe for more Chinese cooking videos.